How you guys doing? I'm good.
Cody, what's it like now for you to just be in this position, be leader, be veteran of the linebacker group?
It's definitely been a long time coming, but no, I feel honored. There's a lot of respect and effort that goes into being the linebacker at Ohio State, and it's a great honor. And I want to honor the guys who came before me, but I also want to play my own way and be a great defender here and lead the defense.
How do you like having Jake Laurinaitis as your full-time linebacker?
Yeah, he's the best. I really can't say enough good things about him. Just having him been in our shoes before and then being able to coach us now, like you just can't say enough good things about him. And it's really a great experience, and every day is a grind.
How are you seeing Sonny take to the linebacker position so far?
He's doing really well. It's not easy. Like even Steele could tell you, changing position in college, it's not an easy thing. And he's come into the position really well. And it's only day 2, so it's so much more to go. But he's doing really well.
But how different does the defense look? Just considering who's here now.
Yeah, I mean,
The movement of pieces. How does it change your view of the capabilities, the things you could do, how you move the chess pieces around?
Yeah.
How does it change?
I think Coach Knowles does a really good job of keeping things simple where they need to be simple, and then molding it into more complex things. So we're trying to show different things, and we'll get more into that as the spring and the season goes on. But I think the sky's the limit with how we can change things around, and I don't want to give too much, but like different packages and stuff, and I'm just excited for what the future might hold.
What kind of growth have you seen from CJ Heck so far this offseason?
He's I would say the biggest thing is the mental side, and he doesn't lack anything physically. So I think him getting better in the film room and studying and doing all that little stuff, the stuff that no one really sees, I think that's where he's gotten a lot better, and it'll pay off down the road for him, 100%.
Hey, define that a little bit more. Is it being less impulsive and more taking care of business? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
CJ, I mean, explain that.
I think the biggest part about linebacker is like diagnosing everything on the field. It's never one thing. It's never being locked into one job. You're kind of responsible for everything, and it's very hard. Like Tommy could tell you. I mean, even tough back in the day, but like that stuff takes time, and for everyone's different. And so I think now he's starting to get it more and more. And I'm just happy for him because it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of film, a lot of preparation to be able to dissect offenses and get into that in that mode.
Among all the guys who are coming back, you were the only one who made that decision before the Cotton Bowl. What was it like, from your perspective, behind the scenes, as all the dominoes are falling, as all these other guys on the defense are coming back for another year?
Yeah, I know that was definitely a weird time, for I guess fans, but I talked with a lot of coaches, and I felt like there was stuff we needed to come back for. Like we had some unfinished business. I know that's the term people use, but I think everybody realized that there's more to give here, and I commend all the players who did come back because I know those are tough decisions. You could be a first-round pick, and you're deciding to come back for your brothers, and I think it spoke to the brotherhood that we have here. The guys are being selfless, and they workouts suck, like everything sucks, but like you go through that together, and so that's what really makes that bond between teammates. And I can't thank my teammates enough because they could have been in Lucas Oil Stadium last week and doing their own things, but they made a decision to be there for their teammates and the young guys and to carry on the legacy of Ohio State. He's super athletic, and he knows the game really well. So I think he's come into the role really well. I mean, obviously we're in practice too, so there's a lot more to go, but he's coming into the role really well.
Did you see him eventually ending up at linebacker?
We've always joked about it because he's heavier than half the linebackers in the room, but for him, he can play really any position he wants. He's that dynamic as a player, and really it's my job is physically just to keep up with him because he's the most athletic on the field. So he's a super talented player, and he works really hard too. So it goes really well together.
Cody, you've waited a long time for this chance to be the guys. How much are you savoring it? How much do you want to take advantage of this?
That's a big thing. You want to appreciate those moments that come because they really are fleeting. And, it's only like after being here for 5 years now, it's like every day goes by so much faster. And, you want to appreciate these moments. And, I don't really want to read into it as much because I've prepared every day like I was the guy. And, like, no matter what, anything can happen in a game, and like all the stuff has come out from last year, but like guys can get hurt and it's your job. And, I feel like I've prepared since my freshman year to be able to contribute. And so right now I'm not taking it too to heart, but like I understand the moment and I want to embrace it.
Being a middle linebacker here is kind of a special thing, right?
Yeah.
Tommy, and that part of it, how much the responsibility part of it, being the leader of the defense, how much do you I know you take it seriously. But
Yeah.
seriously.
No, I love having that on my shoulders. I love being the guy that people look to for help, and I want to be able to lead these guys. And I can say I've been preparing it my whole life. Like even since I was young, like my brother, like we always try to be that first guy in the room, that like the loudest, the most vocal and the most responsible, And so I think all those little intangibles play into playing Mike here, and it all helps.
When you say unfinished business, what are the biggest things on your mind that you need to accomplish this year that you haven't so far?
Yeah, I mean, right now we don't want to look too far in the future, but our goals, it's always to beat Team of North, always the Big Ten championship, and we want to win the whole thing. So those goals have never really changed, and that we haven't done it in years. That's the unfinished business for us.
Cody, how would you describe your relationship with Coach Knowles? He always says that he kind of wants to be on the field, like through Tommy it was.
Yeah.
How do you guys kind of go about each other and your relationship?
Yeah, no, Coach Knowles is a great guy. Even he can contest to that. But I think as I've grown and been here longer with him, you understand his mindset and how he wants us to he doesn't want us to stress while we're on the field. So he puts that stress on us in practice, and he wants us to get it right. And he knows that we're not perfect, but he knows that as long as we're pushing towards it, and every day we're getting better, and we're working on our new techniques. He's always positive, and I mean sometimes he can get a little negative, but you take that. It's constructive criticism. And that's something we develop as players. And you take the yelling because you know the message behind it. He wants you to get it right in the game, and so he's going to get on you because the most important is the game, because every play is so important for us.
Can Steel Chambers ever truly be replaced here?
No, never. I've never seen a person ever like Steele, and I'm happy I don't, because he's hilarious.
Either one of them.
Yeah.
Hey, when you look at from your vantage point, describe that front four that's in front of you right now, the veterans, KG. How would you describe them?
I'd say all, even more than the four, but they're all just dominant. Like, they physical, hand violence, speed. Like they're probably faster than most of the linebackers, and they're just super physical. And they've gone through so much here too, and I think they're really good players.
That's what I'm saying. Does it show up more than anything else that they've been around? I mean,
Oh yeah.
how does that show up for a front four?
Yeah, no, experience is definitely, like, you got guys. It's tough. Like playing strong with your hands is tough, and like it's something you develop in college. And I'd say probably the best in the country we have with our hand violence up front, and their knockback, and it shows up in the games and on film. And I think they're exceptional at that stuff.
Coach, one thing is there a player that the first 2 days y'all haven't really played real football yet, right?
Yeah.
But you're keeping your eye on. I mean, on the defensive side, I'm talking about somebody people aren't talking about right now.
On offense?
No, the defensive side that can make a rise.
Oh, there's a lot of players.
Workouts, etc. Give me one guy though.
You want a young guy or an old guy?
Young guy, yeah.
I mean, I'm always going to push for my guys from Jersey. I think Bonsu and McLean have played really well these first 2 days, and I'm really excited for them because they're really like hometown guys, and I think the competitiveness here has helped them a lot, and they're really coming into their roles.
Last question. Actually, two more questions.
I'm sorry.
You've seen a lot of guys come through here. You've
Yep.
seen a lot of guys play here.
And I'll have Denzel Burke here on the 10th.
Downs. He's like supernatural athlete. Like I'm not trying to exaggerate, but he can come in and he can really play whatever he really wants to play. Not many people have that kind of physical nature. Like I certainly don't, but his ability is above a lot of what I've seen here. And from what I've seen from the first 2 practices, his mental side is already up there too, and that's rare.
You guys are all Ohio State athletes, but like at the same time, like you hear Caleb Downs is coming, you're probably like, oh, he can't stand out too much because we're all at Ohio State. Like, has that played itself out, or has he kind of stood out still among how good you guys
Yeah.
defense is?
I mean, everybody makes flashes during practice, and he certainly has. And I would say winter workouts he has, but I mean that's the other thing though. Him coming in pushes the other guys, and so it pushes other guys to be better and to always get better, and so that also pushes him. And so I think that's the kind of competition and that kind of brotherhood that we love here, and just that real competitiveness.
And one last question on the left there. My sources tell me that you guys now have a green dot in your helmet, so just take me through some of the challenges that brings and maybe how you can address them.
Talking about the radio, yeah. So now I have Knowles in my head, as you guys can probably hear that sometimes. My radio is pretty loud today, so I had a little bit of stuff going on at practice, but it's gonna be fun, trying to yell out to the defense and no more signals. Maybe we'll see about signals. I don't really know how this is fully gonna work with games and stuff, but yeah, it's been good so far. The radios in the helmet's been fun. Yeah.
Cody, thank you very much.
Sweet. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Cody.